I mean, something that signifies Istanbul transportation. For me, personally, the sound. Okay. Hi again, this is David.
And this is Island.
And we have a special guest today.
Lily.
Yes, this is a very special episode for us because Iranian, Russian, Chinese. That's fun.
We're gonna have a non-political discussion
yes,
today.
non-political discussion for sure. So, Lily, you just moved to town.
Yes, I just moved to Istanbul, so still a baby over here, still learning, still taking my first steps around.
How's it going?
It's going good so far. Like, I'm meeting some new friends, trying some new food, so it's been a great starting out experience. So far, so good.
That's quite interesting because before the show you were saying so many negative things about your experiences, and now in front of the camera she's suddenly like, everything is wonderful, my friends are great, everyone's great.
I am fine with everything except certain aspects.
Okay.
Like in terms of friendships and everything, I'm completely fine. I love Turkish people. They're all super sweet and welcoming. I feel like even if they don't speak my language, like English or whatever, they're still willing to help. So
yeah, points to Lily.
2 points.
2 points.
Yes.
So it's still very nice, warm hospitality dynamic. But yes, there are certain things that I am still not getting used to, and there are still definitely some struggles around.
Like what? What are some of the things that come to
transportation? Okay, well.
Yes.
Buses in particular, I feel like the metro and Marmara system is very well done in Istanbul. It definitely takes you much faster, more convenient. But the buses, they're such a headache.
Yeah.
How come?
They take forever to come.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes some buses come 30 to 40 minutes.
Sometimes they don't come at all.
Exactly. And I also,
surprise.
You never know.
I also feel like Google Maps doesn't do a good job showing the buses.
Oh yeah.
So I don't blame the buses on its own, but the Google
All the
Maps.
blame goes to Google Maps.
Okay, sure.
Google! Don't do it.
It's horrible. Sometimes I leave my house 3-4 hours in advance to make sure I get on time.
Yeah.
And when the time comes, I'm still on the bus. And obviously it looks so unprofessional, or it looks like I'm a bad friend if I need to meet up with someone. But I have to explain I was on the bus 4 hours ago.
Also, so you're trying to say that the fact that you were late for 10 minutes, it's not because you were late, it's because of transportation. The blame is on transportation.
Usually,
right?
yes, it is.
I get it.
Because I'm a very punctual person.
I understand.
Just not in Istanbul.
I understand.
Usually.
Yes.
If it's up to my own call, yeah.
Yeah.
But there are places where you can go by walking, and usually that I'm on time, but anywhere with buses, yeah, I'm always late.
Which area of Istanbul are you staying in, or?
Oh my god, I've changed apartments 3-4 times in the last month just because haven't really found a permanent housing. So right now I'm living in Umraniye. Yeah, it's been pretty good because there's the metro station around, bus stations also.
Umrani is such a great neighborhood.
Is it?
I don't know if you're being sarcastic.
No, it's such a great. I love Umrani. It's my favorite place to hang out in Istanbul.
Every time you say something positive,
It's not so sarcastic.
No, not every
there
time.
must be a
Sometimes
catch
maybe,
there.
yeah.
Okay, but yeah, should I be scared about the area? No.
No, it's fine.
It's pretty calm.
Hopefully it's fine. So I remember you were trying to say just an hour ago you had some issues with transportation today. Ferry, you had something.
Today everything was fine.
Everything was fine.
Yeah, for the first time. For the last.
For the first time.
For the first time, yeah. For the last 2 times that I got on the ferry, I was late every time by 1 minute. I missed the ferry because every time there's traffic that just happens when I'm on the road already because there's another car accident or something. And then, so I would be missing the ferry and I was late every time. And I'm usually a very punctual person as well, so I understand your frustration.
Everybody's
I
punctual
hate being
except for
late.
me here.
But you've been on time.
I know, I was being
You're
sarcastic.
doing a pretty good job. Oh. Okay, see, this is what I mean.
He's roasting us.
It's so hard to understand.
Yes. So, nice. Nice, great. What about Turkish words? Did you learn any Turkish?
The bad words, maybe.
Are we allowed? I
It's
don't
a
know.
rite of passage.
No, but
How bad are they?
I don't know. It's always something with mother or something with it's always something like that. And I think that's with like a lot of languages. All the bad words include somebody's mother or somebody's family.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't remember the exact words, so it's okay. I'm not saying that. I have Duolingo on my phone. It's sending me notifications every day for my Turkish classes, but I've just been
The
postponing.
creepy Duolingo
Yeah,
vibes.
the
Duolingo is so creepy.
It is.
Like just as this sorry Duolingo, but it's like, did you learn the language today?
Don't forget your 5 minutes lesson.
And it's like looking.
Wait a
at
second,
you
I thought
like-
you guys are punctual, so is there anything wrong with that?
That's different.
Punctuality, yeah.
Okay.
It's more about like it's forcing. You know, when something's forced onto you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
but, I'm just like
So any Turkish word.
marhaba. You know, that gets me to the stores at least.
Maraba.
Yeah,
That's it.
like literally, I just tell them marhaba, ekmek su,
Yeah, I was gonna ask, water and bread.
and then like I leave and be like,
Basic survival.
yes, survival. You know, that's kept me going for a month. So yeah.
That's nice.
That's good.
One of the hardest things for me learning was when you're in Dolmuş and you need to tell driver to stop. And I was like, at the beginning, I was like, dur! and the guy was like, yeah, what's happening? What's wrong? Then it took some time to learn because the sentence is like, müsait bir yerde inebilir miyim?
Yeah, that's too
And I was like,
complicated.
can I get out somewhere convenient, please? And that's
That's
just
so formal.
too formal, but there's no other alternative for that, I guess. Right, Eileen? Is there anything? What do you say?
I don't say anything.
I just raise my hand.
I just go like,
You raise your hand like out.
cause it's like wild on the buses. Like it's really wild on the buses. I think I was telling you about that the other day, but the other day I was on the bus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's this really weird random road where there's so many kasis. I know only in Turkish. I don't know in English. Like the bumps that you like speed bumps.
Speed bumps. yeah.
Okay, it's
What's
easy.
that in Turkish?
Kasis. Kasis.
Kassis?
Yeah. So there's like hundreds of them on this one road, okay? And I realized that the bus driver just doesn't really care. Like he's just not gonna like go any slower just because there's these speed bumps, okay? So like people are flying everywhere. Like there was this
Very
woman
responsible.
on the floor, like she fell on the ground like 5 times and then she would get up and stand there as if nothing happened. I flew into this family. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, and they're just like, no one's reacting. Everyone's like, yeah. They're just going and again. It's like, and I was like, what is this journey? You know, like when I finally got out, I
Wild
was like
journey.
sweating, like, oh my God. And because I'm used to like buses on, like buses in America and stuff, they all have buttons to like press for the bus to stop, right? So
Yeah.
at one point I was looking for the button and I couldn't, like I didn't know where it is and stuff, and so I
You couldn't
started
find a
waving and I was like, "Burda," like here. So that's what I said, I
Buddha
guess.
means
But
here.
We figured that
yeah,
out.
but that was a particularly like chaotic bus ride.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So when I say Istanbul transportation, what do you guys can think of? What is the first thing you can think of?
Metro.
Metro.
Yeah,
I mean something that signifies Istanbul transportation. For me personally, the sound.
No, yeah.
That's
yeah.
like classic Istanbul card
Ah.
sound.
Yeah. Have you heard that sound? I mean, you
Of
must
course.
have heard
Yes,
that
yes,
sound.
yes. Do I associate?
Yeah. And when you think of the public transportation, I mean, it hasn't been so long for you.
I mean, less about the transportation, more about how crowded it can get.
Yeah.
Because Istanbul is definitely one of the most populated cities I've seen, like in terms of
20
transportation.
million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even like
Yeah.
Yeah.
for non-rush hours, you can still see the buses
Yeah.
and metros packed. So that's people, crowdiness.
Summer, though, in my opinion, is the worst transportation time that you could ever like. Right now is an okay season. Like it's still crowded, but all the people here, at least, like majority are just the residents, and it's not
Going to
tourists
work,
and
coming
stuff.
back, yeah.
And you're not sweating and hot. But in the summer, it's like it's so much more crowded, and it's just hot and disgusting
The
and
sweaty smells.
yeah, the smells,
Ew.
the beautiful smells of what is it
no.
called, tramvay, like things like that.
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
that's like the tram.
Yeah, the
You know, when
tram.
they say tramway, I'm thinking of trauma. really
Tramway?
trauma. You know, it's trauma is like trauma for me because it's always packed with tourists, and you're like, I'm pushed. Like half of my body is pushed to the thing, and half of my body in someone's bag next to me, and it's just too complicated. It's just I cannot even breathe, especially on a Saturday ride.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's too much.
Yeah.
But so did you guys have any good experience at public transportation? Because we were just roasting Istanbul public transportation.
Yeah, like I said, the metro is like very convenient. That's like.
You have this desperate look in your face.
That's like that's
metro is convenient.
That's okay for me, you know. Like whenever I'm like searching of a place and it shows only metro ways, like that's like the happiest moment I can ever feel. I'm like, oh great, I don't have to go through buses, because that's definitely like every place, almost like the main areas at least, or at least like many tourist areas it goes to. Yeah. So. That's great.
Nice. I think metro here is pretty good. Like if you compare it to a lot of other places, I think also because it's newer, it's actually just like modern and clean
and very clean. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Like if you compare it to New York, even
you'll see garbage everywhere. See rats.
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely that's not.
It's a completely different experience than here. So yeah.
And why Turkey?
Yeah.
Why? That's a great question.
Is it Istanbul or Turkey? I mean, you plan to move to Turkey, or you were thinking that I'm gonna move to Istanbul because there are people just want to move to Istanbul?
I think Istanbul was like the main focus because like, you know, that's the first thing everyone thinks about when they think of Turkey. Initially I wanted to come to, so I was traveling abroad and just around the places for the past 4 or 5 months. And Istanbul was going to be one of the many pit stops that I wanted to just see because it's Istanbul and everyone wants to travel here.
Yeah.
There's so much culture and it's just such a beautiful place. I definitely wanted to also take a little break from traveling just so much. And I was like, I think this might be a good place to kind of like slow my life down in a way that I can relax.
So you selected Istanbul to relax?
Well, relax, but also like I wanted to kind of just be a resident here.
Okay.
To fully experience life here. Because I've heard like so much different stories about the place from different people, and I was like, okay, I want to stay for myself. But yeah, to relax in terms of like to stop my travels for a bit, but also a fast-paced lifestyle because I like the quick lifestyle. I like the whole city life and all. So
yeah, careful, you might just stay for 5 years like David.
I've heard he warned me that the first time we met.
Oh yeah, that happened to me. Like I came for a visit first time as a tourist, and then next thing, I decided to move, and it's been 5 years.
I've actually heard that with so many of my like foreign friends over here. Nobody really comes to Istanbul planning to like move to Istanbul.
Yeah.
Everyone just comes here.
It's like Istanbul is sending you invitation.
Yeah. It's like that's a sign.
Yeah, true. So, do you remember any of those stories that first time you felt attracted to Istanbul? You felt like you want to give it a try? Do you remember any of those stories?
Oh yeah, I think as soon as I got off the plane, really, like, you know, when I was traveling, because the ride from the airport to my first like hotel was such a long and tiring but also a very beautiful ride, because usually you go from the airport to your place like just taking a taxi for like 20 minutes. I went like first of all from the plane, and then I went through the ferry for like 30 minutes. Then I took like the Mamray, and then I took the metro, and then I took a tram. I took 2 buses, and then I still didn't reach my place, so I took a taxi. And I walked for like 5 minutes.
Are you sure you landed in Istanbul?
I did. And I was like, oh my God, I just took like all the transportations.
Wow.
But the thing about me is that I hate transportation when it's like in terms of work and stuff, but just for leisure, I do love the sightseeing and being in my own headspace with like a good book and like music. So I like just long rides just to kind of chill my mind, if it's for my own pleasure, if it's not for like work related or where I don't have to rush to somewhere. So that's when I realized, okay, this lifestyle I could get used to. So yeah, I think that's the main key point.
Nice. Now you're in the city and you might have some questions. Is there anything you would like to ask us, me and Aile?
I gotta have so many questions. Let me think.
Go ahead.
At the top of my head. Ooh. Just a normal question, but how is like the tipping system around in restaurants?
Is
there like a standard you would give, or like?
You know, it's not. I don't think the tipping is the same as it is in
It's not
some
like
other
US.
places. It's not like US. Yeah,
Because
like
they won't judge.
It's not like
US, like you have to, and if you
You
don't, you're a
have to.
terrible person.
I
you know?
heard.
Call 911.
yeah.
You didn't tip.
No, actually, like they will treat you horribly if you don't tip them.
Yeah.
So here, I think it's been becoming more of a thing almost, or I'm noticing it more now. I think, but honestly, to this day, I think it's just like whatever you can, you just give. Like whatever's like left over from you know.
Okay, so it's not that strict.
They're not gonna like no people aren't really gonna be like offended if you give them like a little like a low amount, you know. It's not like, oh my god, I'm offended that you gave me this little. That's never gonna happen
Just
really.
very little amount of judgment might happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
but
what
you know,
everywhere, yeah.
person-
No, not even. I feel like not really. It's all like just welcome, you know, because it's not
Because
really
I
expected.
personally feel like it's just so rude not to leave tips and leave the place.
yeah,
Well,
And-
it depends.
I
Maybe
guess.
like
but
how
I
much you
really
spend.
don't want a tip. Because I
Makes
always
sense.
want employers to pay enough money to their employees.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's that whole side.
Yeah,
of
that's
it.
the whole
But,
discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer systems where like the tipping fees already included.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can just like give in a way.
Yeah.
And you don't feel bad. They don't feel bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess you can just calculate like 10%,
10, 15, yeah.
10, 15. Yeah.
Depends on the restaurant, the place. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Also depends on where you're going.
Yeah,
like,
true.
yeah, if you go to like some fancy, I don't know where, but some
Call
fancy
us.
place.
If you go to fancy places, please let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Invite us.
I don't want to do fancy places. Next question.
Oh my god. Okay. Where can you find like expat communities around here,
Expat.
or just people who like?
I feel like you would have more to say about that because I haven't lived my adult life here, like very adult. So I don't really know.
So I would say that Kadikoy probably. I would say Kadikoy is where you meet most expats living here.
Okay.
I mean, pretty much there's this huge expat community in Beyoğlu district.
Okay.
But mostly those who are staying in Beyoğlu, they're tourists. They're staying short term.
Short term.
Except for Cihangir, you'll find many people, expat communities there.
Long-term stays.
So I would say Cihangir, Beşiktaş, and Kadıköy are expat community districts in Istanbul.
Okay.
So
that's
you
fine.
just go around and meet people. They're everywhere.
And how do you all just like make friends around here? Like, what are some good places? I mean, some places are more for cafes, some are more bars. How do you?
I don't have friends
Island.
yet, so
Tell us,
don't
how
ask
do we make
me.
friends in Istanbul?
I have no idea how we make friends in Istanbul. Sorry, I got distracted by the cat.
Cats
That's
are
just
everywhere.
normal, you know.
True.
There's always a cat somewhere.
Yes.
But how do you make friends here? I
You
don't
don't.
know. I have no idea. I think the same way that you would pretty much anywhere else, as an adult, you're either expecting it to be through like the work you're doing or through hobbies and things like that. So, or you just go to a bar and hope that someone is drunk enough to want
I
to
want to be friends with you. Yeah,
Oh
friend.
my god, Aiden, that's so
No,
sad.
I mean like to socialize.
They can only be your friend if they're drunk.
The only reason people want to be friends of Aiden is because they're drunk.
And then when they're
mean,
sober,
like-
they're like, "Who are you?"
Yeah, who are you again?
I'm your
I mean, like
friend.
that's how people like. It gets easier
Have
to
some shots
socialize,
again.
you know. That's not what I meant. Okay, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that is what I meant. I don't know. That's my advice.
Okay, okay.
But yeah,
But definitely, it's a bit hard to like find friends around when you don't speak the language. So that's
Yeah,
like
I
Yeah.
mean
struggle.
that's. I would say that's something essential to have more friends in Turkey. I guess I could meet more people when I learn Turkish because many people don't speak English, or let's say many people feel more comfortable speaking Turkish. So learning Turkish will be the best way, and I would suggest one way to get connected to people is showing the fact that you like to learn their culture, because here in Turkey, people really love to present their culture. They love to tell you all about stories, what's going on in the country, what's going on in the city, what's going on with the culture. So if you like that, then you'll have many people approaching, and you'll meet many people, I guess. But Turkish is a key.
Yeah, of
So you
course.
better work on your
my
Duolingo
God.
courses.
Yes.
Do it.
So it's gonna be the Duolingo word, but in real life.
Yeah, I'm gonna text you tomorrow. Did you learn?
Did you learn in 5 minutes of Turkish?
Did
Yes.
you have you tried any food that you like that's different maybe to things you've tried before, or has it been like pretty?
Yeah, a few dishes. Iskandar is pretty new to me.
Yeah,
Iskandar.
Iskandar, yeah, that's
Do you
the
like
one.
it?
I do.
yeah.
I also
Tasty.
noticed something like, I don't know if it's just me, am I tripping, or like Turkish rice is like really flavorful.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Turkish
Yeah,
rice.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I feel like the rice itself could be a dish because there's like the
Yeah,
oil
yeah.
and there's like so much flavor going into it.
I love rice.
I
here
did have
so much.
rice as a whole dish one day because
Have you tried lahmacun?
that sounds familiar. I don't know what that.
You don't know what that is? I think you should try. It's
I probably-
Turkish pizza, but it's not.
Kind of.
It's kind
Is
of
it
like
like the shape like that?
yeah.
Yeah, it's long. It's like oval.
Oval, yeah.
With
With the
meat.
pointy sides.
But it's very
No, that's
important.
pide.
Oh,
Pointy
okay.
pointy sides
It's
is
pointing
pide.
pita. Yeah, pointing
Okay,
Yeah.
size
and
pita.
that one is just.
That's like oval.
Yeah.
It's like lavash technically.
Okay.
But it's not.
It looks-
So the way you eat it is really important. You need to fill it up and wrap it, and then you'll have like a durum kind of a thing, but it's lahmacun.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really nice.
Okay, that sounds like really.
It's
nice.
a good nighttime
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Like
Turkish
breakfast kind of thing. Yeah. Turkish breakfast.
Did you try?
Uh,
It's like big Turkish breakfast.
We love to talk about Turkish breakfast.
Every time.
What are some things you would have in the Turkish breakfast? So I know if I've tried.
Everything.
Everything.
We were talking
Everything
about
you-
that in the previous
everything-
episode.
Everything you got in the fridge.
Yeah. Jam, honey, cheeses.
I don't think I've tried a big one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to we're gonna have to
we
do
have
that.
To, please, yes. Definitely
Are we
try
gonna
that.
do that?
We should do that.
We should do that.
We should definitely
Let's
do,
do that. Yeah.
It's essential. It's
Okay.
just
It is.
an integral part of being here.
Yes,
True.
that was my bad.
I like the way you use that thing phrase.
Which one?
Integral part of something.
I just said it and you can't even repeat it. Integral part of something.
It's not good with memory.
Yes. All right. Great. It was very much nice talking to you, and welcome again.
Thank you.
Hope to have you more often.
Yes.
I would love
It would
to
be
know
good to get updates on how you're adjusting.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
We're gonna get updates.
How your
and
perceptions
updates about my Turkish
changing.
level as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So let's end it with saying a Turkish sentence.
Okay. You guys teach me.
What can we
Teach something.
What's a
Should
good
we
way to-
say look at that cat?
Look at that cat.
Yeah.
You know that,
Or
that would be a good
let's
sentence.
just learn cat. Kedi.
Kid.
Yeah, I think
Kediye
that's
bak.
Kediye bak.
Kediye
Yeah.
bak.
Kediye
Look at
bak.
cat. Look at
Oh,
that
like a
cat.
cat. How do you say it?
Kediye bak.
Kediye bak.
Evet.
Yeah, that's a good way to make friends, right? Like I go around the streets and
Kediye
like,
bak. I don't know if that's
Kediye
a
bak
good
ya.
way to
Ay kediye bak. Burada.
like, just be surprised and then
Yeah, everywhere. Cat. Yeah. And dog.
There's not too many dogs to make friends. Oh, you know.
Köpek.
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 Köpek. Look at that cat. Look at that dog.
Yeah, just let's start with that.
Oh, you're gonna have so many friends.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario, I'll get a lot of cats at least.
True.
Yeah.
And the last thing I can tell you, kendine çok iyi bak.
Can you say that
I
again?
feel like that might be a
Take care of
level
yourself.
2.
Kendine
Kendine
çok iyi bak.
çok iyi bak. Kendine çok iyi bak.
Tamam, çok iyi.
We're gonna check in the future and see if
Yes.
you remember.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Kedi, köpek, and this one.
Yes.
Well, I already forgot the last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great,
my-
wonderful. Thank you guys. Thank you, and hope you had a great time today.
Yes.
Certainly did.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Nice. See you guys again. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.